a little feature in this particular book to make documentation easier and also treatment planning easier. You may not know of this book in general. There are so many different types of treatment planners out there. Today, I am showing you how I use them. So stay tuned to the very end of this video to gather all of that insight and tips. So here are the very used practice planners that I have had over the course of my career. Today, I want to share a little bit from the school counselor and school social work treatment planners. We're going to open that one up, and I want to show you exactly what the different behaviors and targets you can possibly assist with using this practice planner. The triangles right next to some of these behaviors have an EBT in them, which indicates an evidence-based practice. For today, I am looking for something we all deal a lot with, and that is attendance issues. It's under school refusal. And each one of these behaviors starts off with a behavioral definition. So the first for school refusal is a persistent, pervasive reluctance to attend school. These are your students that do not come. They have numerous somatic complaints. These are tummy aches, headaches that they use to justify not coming to school. They also have a lot of emotional outbursts, crying, whining, clinginess. There's a fear of a potential disaster that might occur. There's also very high anxiety and low self-esteem, and absence of age-appropriate responsible behaviors. I am sure this doesn't sound unfamiliar to any of you watching, and in just a bit, I'm going to show you how I bring these short-term and long-term objectives into play in an actual intervention that I've used on campus. So in looking at long-term goals, of course, the goal is to attend school on a regular basis. But I enjoy this section because we're always looking for measurable goals. This one will draft out a few more. Another goal may be to eliminate the underlying fear or phobia of leaving home or leaving their parents. Also, you may want to work on recognizing personal strengths and abilities related to school performance. And the last example they have in this text is to acquire age-appropriate social skills and confidence. But I love this practice planner. It really helps me know that I am on the right track. I know that it's easy to get stuck in the little details, especially when we're having to create a whole treatment plan. After your long-term goals, then you have your short-term objectives. These are the things that you'll be doing in your sessions, either on a weekly or daily basis with your students. And I'm going to start utilizing this section to draw out a practice treatment plan for a student. I hope that these sound very familiar to you, and I'm sure that they will. The first is to ensure that the parent, the student, teachers, that all are on board. You've gotten a full assessment and identified the intensity of the triggers for anxiety that are related to school attendance. So the therapeutic interventions are listed right next to this, and simply put, this is meeting with parents, teachers, students to start the assessment process of the school refusal problem in terms of home and school behaviors. You're also gathering background information about the student from the parents, including any medical, vision, hearing, and developmental history. This may sound familiar. It's biopsychosocial assessment. The second short-term objective, what we'll see usually in the next session, is a contract that's drafted up with the parent. You can do this with the school, with the court. I've done it with both, but black and white on paper in a contract form. One of the interventions listed on here, maybe you've tried this, maybe not, and I enjoy this planner because some of these things I have not thought of before. So one is to ask the parent to have the non-attached parent, the parent that is less enmeshed in the situation, have that parent transport or drop off the student to school. This will help reduce any anxiety, any long emotional goodbyes that can keep a student with school phobia from coming to school. The next short-term objective or next session may be to meet with teachers, administrators, counseling staff, or others that support the student with their transition to the school day. Devise a plan with the parents and staff for greeting the student upon arrival, allowing the parent to depart, and then transition the student to the classroom. This sounds a lot like elementary, but trust me, it's worked with high school and secondary. You almost have to think out of the box, but using this as the bones of your treatment plan. Super important that you really dig into the generalized worries and brainstorm with the student an extensive list of personal worries. These are interventions that you can use to start identifying what a student's worries are. I will be linking my Amazon store in the description box below. You can check out a 20-item list that I've created, and I'm adding items all the time that I find work. This particular list is under the title Improving Student Attendance, and it has all the things you may need: books, interventions, rewards, incentives, things to help students come to school. Students can sometimes have problems talking face-to-face, but you can do this in the form of drawing, in the form of play therapy as well, to start assessing what they might be worried about. You may even want to try some visualization, asking the student to visualize what a perfect day in school would look like for them, how would it feel, smell, sound like, and to record ideas in a personal journal and compare the perfect day with the student's actual experiences. Again, these practice planners kind of give you a little checklist of things to try. Some of these you may have tried already, others are a little out of the box, but what I do is I try my best to make them my own. So, for example, this short-term objective, number 10, is to verbalize feelings of attachment and belonging to the school entity and the classroom unit. I've come up with my own intervention that I have over on my TPT page. That is Teachers Pay Teachers. Yes, I have a little profile over there. I'm going to bring it up for you. This tackles objectives 17, 18, and 19, which is to encourage the student's teachers to involve him or her in cooperative learning groups and to promote participation, basically increasing school belongingness and increase daily participation in class and assume responsibility for daily academic assignments as well. The intervention can be pretty involved, so I also have a tracker sheet available to you too. Thank you to those that have reviewed it. This really helps my store out. It helps it to become discoverable to others dealing with having to improve school attendance, which can be very, very difficult, especially now. So this attendance tracker, I've included it, and I have a whole YouTube video as well explaining how to use it in much more detail. Check that video out. I will link it in the description box and up above.
That students miss school.
So our treatment plan is ready to go. If you are a social worker wanting to dive into the clinical space and you're doing this already, you can already be getting clinical hours. I'm going to pop a video on screen to watch next. This video may be helpful for you, especially if you're wanting to become a therapist. If this video was up your alley, you may be super close to becoming an LCSW yourself. So click on that video, watch that next. And until next time, I am wishing you social work success. Bye, guys.